All right. Well, welcome to this fantastic debate hosted by PNR. We have Gavin going versus Phoenix. The resolution is going to be: Is Jesus the prophesized Emmanuel in Isaiah 7:14 as quoted in Gospel of Matthew 1:23? Gavin holds the affirmative, Phoenix holds the negation. We're going to go ahead and start with a 10-minute opening statement. Then we're going to do 8-minute rebuttals to the opening statement per person, 12-minute cross examination, 20 minutes open debate, 5-minute closing statements, and then 10-minute audience questions for a total time of an hour and 40 minutes. Please stick around because we're going to be doing an audience poll at the end. And so you're going to be able to put your own personal feelings of who you thought won the debate into that. So whenever you guys are started or whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started with Gavin.
Yeah, can you hear
Gav,
me okay? Can you
I
hear me
sure
okay?
can.
Okay, just give me a minute here. I'm trying to set up my camera as well, but I think I'll just go straight in because people have been waiting long enough. All right, so let's start now, can we please? So, thanks to everybody. Thanks to you, Phoenix, for agreeing to the debate. So, the debate title is the is Jesus in Isaiah 7:8 the Emmanuel, the same Emmanuel is spoken about in the Gospel of Matthew 1:23. Is that correct? Okay, I'm assuming it's correct. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is we're going to look at the context of Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14, and the only way we can do that is by um, reading the verses before and afterwards. So I'll read it. So we're looking at Isaiah 7:10 to verse 17. So again, the Lord spoke to Ahaz, ask a sign of the Lord your God, let it be deep as Sheol and high as heaven. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, and I will not put the Lord to the test. As he said, hear then, O Israel, O house of David, is it too little for you to weary men that you weary my God also? Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. He shall eat curds and honey when he knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the boy knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land whose two kings you dread, these are the kings of Syria and of Israel, will be deserted. The Lord will bring upon you and upon your people and upon your father's house such days as have not come since the days that Ephraim departed from Judah, the king of Assyria. Now, if this means nothing to you, it's okay. I shall explain it. So, King Ahaz at the time was being addressed by God, and God promised that he would defeat the kings from the north who threatened the kingdom of Judah. And now he asks King Ahaz to test God to see that his words are true, or if his words are true. However, it soon becomes apparent that King Ahaz, he is the one being tested by God. And Ahaz refuses to put the Lord to the test, but God still reveals a sign to him. And the sign is that the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and she will name him God with us, or Emmanuel. And before the child knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good, the two threatening kings will be destroyed from the north. Thus, God's promise will be fulfilled. However, there remains a downside to this sign as well. The Lord will bring upon you and upon your people and your father's house such days as have not come since the day that Ephraim departed from Judah, the king of Assyria. Wow, what's all this got to do with it? Well, as Carson and Beale put it, that before the sign can be interpreted as very good news, the prophet adds that they will be replaced by an even worse invader, which would be Assyria. And that's from page 5, Carson and Bill Commentary on the New Testament, the use of the Old. So here we've got a scenario of King Ahaz being sandwiched by kings of Israel and Syria, and he's wanting to form an alliance with the king of Assyria. So it's a suzerain and vassal alliance. So before we look any further, we've got to be clear that this is what's known as a twice fulfilled prophecy, like a dual prophecy. There's a short-term prophecy that saves King Ahaz, and there's the longer-term prophecy, which is the birth of the Messiah. But this will all unfold. So many modern English and translations render Alma, Alma, as virgin, while others use young woman or something similar. In Hebrew, there's a word that better denotes virginity, as well as a word that would more clearly refer to a young woman. So why this word in this context? John Oswald, in his NICOT, NICOT Volume 1 Isaiah, is helpful about this. He reminds us that it is not possible to be dogmatic as to why Isaiah used the ambiguous Alma here instead of the unambiguous Betula, which means virgin in the ancient Hebrew. He notes that the typical meaning prescribed to Alma is a young woman of marriageable age, quite similar to the English word maiden. Fair maiden. The prince rescues the fair maiden from the dragon and carries her off, with the clear implication that the conception is a natural one. And that's page 211 from Oswald's Book of Isaiah. As he's quick to point out, however, many conservative scholars demonstrate that the word is not used to reference a married woman and is not used to reference a married woman in the Old Testament. Thus, it must refer to a sexually mature but unmarried woman. In the Hebrew culture, this would certainly also imply virginity, usually. Oswald goes on to discuss that the Septuagint, which is the Greek translation of the Old Testament, also suggests a potential dual focus of this prophecy. Such an understanding has the significant virtue of explaining the origin of the LXX word Parthenos, yes, meaning virgin in the Greek, or the Koine Greek, something those commentators opting for a young woman of marriageable age do not mention. Unless Alma had overtones of virginity about it, then the LXX translation would be inappropriate and inexplicable. Possibly then it's a dual focus of the oracle that explains the use of Alma here. In the short term, the virgin conception does not seem to have had primary importance. Rather, the significance is that the child conceived at that moment would still be immature when the two threatening nations would have been destroyed. Had Isaiah used Betula here, Ahaz would probably have been so caught up with that thought that he would have missed the specific linkage to his own time. And that's from Oswald on page 212. Could Isaiah have used virgin or young woman to allow for both an imminent fulfillment of the word by a maiden, as well as a future and final fulfillment by a virgin? Well, when speaking of prophetic foretelling, the authors Bloomberg, Klein, and Hubbard state that an Old Testament prophecy may have two fulfillments, one near the prophet's own lifetime, and one being or belonging to the distant future. page 378 from Bloomberg, Klein, and Hubbard, An Introduction to Biblical Interpretation. And he also cites 2 Samuel chapter 7, verses 12 to 16 as an example, with its immediate fulfillment in 1 Kings 1 to 2 and in the coronation of Solomon. However, Bloomberg also points to Hebrews chapter 1, verse 5, which applies to the prophecy of 2 Samuel to Jesus, not
1 minute.
merely as David's son. 1 minute, okay. Not merely as David's son, but as God's sound theology, posits Bloomberg. And he undergirds the idea of such multiple fulfillment, belief that God rules all human history and can bring about both sons, both events. And I'm going to finish there because just for the sake of brevity. But there's another dual prophecy that occurs in Luke 21, verses 5 to 9, but we don't have enough time for that. So I'll just yield there and I'll carry on a little bit later. Thank you. That's my opening statement.
Okay, excellent. Phoenix, whenever you're ready.
Yes, and I want to start with an apology because my laptop broke down, so I will share screen using my phone.
Okay.
I will share it now. Start sharing. So, the notifications, and then make sure it works. Okay, is it working?
Yep. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, good. Okay, great. So I will start now. I will start with dua. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, we begin by praising Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and sending peace and blessings upon His final messenger, Muhammad. O Allah, open our hearts to the truth, guide us to what pleases You, and make our words sincere, wise, and just. Today we engage in dialogue not for victory or ego, but to clarify truths from falsehood. May Allah guide those who seek sincerely, and may He make this discussion a means of guidance for all present. Moving on, what is the importance of this debate? There is two importance for this debate. First point to focus on is Jesus not being Emmanuel, which I will prove. Second thing, once this point is proven, is to criticize Matthew's credibility since he's the one who quoted this prophecy about Jesus Christ. Moving on, we need some background info, which Gavin give us some info, thankfully. Isaiah's text exists in two forms, the Hebrew form and the Greek form. When I refer to Hebrew text, I am referring to Dead Sea Scrolls and Masoretic text, and when I refer to the Greek text, I'm referring to the Septuagint. Moving on, quick note, this slide, inshallah, after this debate will be available for everyone in the debate HQ, inshallah, because I believe in free knowledge. Stage one, no explicit version verse in the verse Isaiah 7:14. What do we need? What are the conditions or factors that we need to have a correct, explicit mention of Mary or the virgin birth in the verse? We need two conditions, not only one, because Gavin focused on only on one condition, the explicit word for virginity. That's not the only condition that you need. You need the correct tense as well. Why do you need the correct tense as well? Because I can say, what is the correct tense to begin with? The correct tense should be present tense or past tense. For example, the virgin is pregnant, means she is being virgin while being pregnant. That's you can understand this from the sentence. That is only Mary. So it is explicit about Mary. Second example about past tense, the virgin was pregnant, means she's still referred to as a virgin while she was pregnant in the past. So now that's also about Mary only. But when it is future, the virgin will conceive, then you cannot understand from this that it is an explicit mention of a virgin birth. It could be, but there is another possibility that it could be a normal conceiving. It could be this and it could be that. And once there is other possibilities, there is no room for explicitness or exclusivity here at all. So we need to focus on those two factors and we'll verify does the Hebrew text have both of them and does the Greek text have both of them, and spoiler alert, they do not. Let's move on to the Hebrew text. Here is the interlinear. Then what does Alma really mean? Like Given said, Alma mean a young woman. While this is not a really an accurate translation for Alma, because English does not have an equal word for Alma, what scholars say that the most accurate translation for Alma is not virgin nor young woman. The most accurate translation for Alma is a childless young woman. Means Alma does not stress on the marriage state of the woman. Means she can be married and she cannot be married. Either of them is true. Second thing, it does not stress on the virginity. She can be virgin and she cannot. She does not need to be a virgin. Both of them can either be correct. What does word alma stress on? Number one, since it is a feminine noun, she should be a woman. Number two, it should be young. Number three, she should be childless. Those are the stresses of alma. And I have some commentaries and lexicons here, which I will read later, just to save up some time for now. Another problem, so now we solved that alma does not have a clear meaning for virginity, an explicit meaning for virginity. The next problem is the pregnancy tense in the Hebrew. In the Hebrew text, the pregnancy tense is not clear, it's ambiguous. Some say it is present tense and some say it is future tense. Both words in the Hebrew has been used sometimes in the present, sometimes in the future, as stated in the commentaries that we'll read next time. So even the tense itself is not ambiguous to be present. It could be translated as future, so which is a problem as well. That's why I labeled it as gray here. I labeled it as gray. So now we have a conclusion that there is no word in the Hebrew Isaiah 7:14 that means clearly and explicitly virgin woman. Second conclusion, there is ambiguity in whether the tense is present or future. So there is no virgin birth can be understood from the Hebrew. Next, the Greek text. Here is the interlinear of both verses. Now the problem with the word Parthenos. Meaning, while the word Parthenos in the Greek language clearly means virgin, no doubt in that. But the problem here is in the with the usage of the Septuagint with this word. For example, in Genesis 34:3, Diana, who was raped in the verse just before this one, Genesis 34:2, in the next verse, she is called Parthenos, and the English translations translated to maid, not virgin. All right, so she's not virgin here anymore. So this yet she's called Parthenos. Second problem is in Joel. That's just an example. Joel 1:8. A widow was called Parthenos. A widow, she was married, yet she was called Parthenos. So this is a problem in the Septuagint with the usage of this word, but we'll move on since the language itself say it means virgin. Now let's focus on the tense. As you can see, the three words I am focusing on is hexai, texai, and celsius. I'm sorry for my bad pronunciation of them. I'm not a Greek speaker. The first one is to conceive. Second one is to give birth. Third one is to call. The three of them are all in future tense. Specifically, the first one, hexai, to conceive, to get pregnant. I have commentaries to verify this, but as I said in my earlier explanation, if it's a future tense, even if the word is clear-cut virgin, it does not mean virginity at all. Why? It does not mean virgin birth at all. Why? Because she could conceive normally. That's another option. So it is not exclusive even in the Greek. Meanwhile, the Greek have the clear-cut word version, but it is not exclusive for Mary. Why? Because the tense is not correct. It's future tense. And by the way, you're gonna say, okay, it's a prophecy, so it should be a future tense. No, it does not. It does not need to. The prophecy can be told in past tense, present tense, or future tense. For example, Isaiah 9:6, which you Christians believe is about Jesus Christ, is actually in past tense, yet it's speaking about future. So Isaiah could have, in Greek, the authors could use the present tense, the past tense, but they didn't, right? So they are not forced to use future tense. So it's not explicit anymore. Even in the Greek, and I have commentaries here to verify my claim. All of them are Christian and Catholic commentaries, but I will skip them for now. We have a conclusion. Since the tense of the Greek text is future, hence it cannot be explicit on Mary, nor can it hold virginal conception meaning within it. Then I have a question that most Christians ask me when I reach this stage. Since there is no miraculous sign in verse 14, then where is the sign/miracle? The answer in the next stage, context of Isaiah 7. The context of Isaiah 7 is simply there is three kingdoms: kingdom of Israel, kingdom of Syria, and kingdom of Judah. Kingdom of Israel and kingdom of Syria been trying to take over kingdom of Judah, but they fail. All right, all this is mentioned in Isaiah 7, by the way, in the early chapter. Those two, Israel and Syria, make an alliance, a military alliance to take down Judah. So when Ahaz knew about that, he was afraid and he thought he was done for, as said in Isaiah 7:2. So does God leave him? No, God does not leave him. So he sent the prophet Isaiah to King Ahaz and to tell him, don't be afraid, calm down. I will not let what those two kings are planning for you to happen. All right, so main point, the prophetic passage starts at verse 14 and ends at verse 17. But I will focus only at verse 16 because 14, 15, and 16 are the ones that mention Emmanuel. Some information about Emmanuel. Verse 17 does not mention anything. So it is a prophetic passage, not just one verse like how Matthew wanted us to understand. It is a whole prophetic passage starting from 14 till 17.
1 minute.
With 14, 15, okay, I will take 3 moments from the 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So it is a whole prophetic passage, 14, 15, and 16. Verse 14 tells us that a childless woman will get pregnant, will give birth, and you will call him Emmanuel. All right. The next verse will say it says that he will be eating honey and curds before he knows to differentiate right and wrong and so on. And the next verse, verse 16, is the most crucial because from verse 16 we get a prophecy and the time frame. Here I will answer your question about where is the miracle if it is not in verse 14. Where is the sign if it's not in verse 14? The real miracle and the real sign that Ahaz is waiting for is in verse 16, not in verse 14. So the prophecy is the land of the two kings Ahaz dared will be laid waste. Both kings of those two lands will be laid waste, Syria and northern kingdom of Israel. Is there is a time frame as well? Yes, there is time frame as well. The time frame begins with the birth of Emmanuel and until he dies. Until he mature up, until he fully mature up. Means what verse 14 to 16 says, the prophecy will take place in the childhood period of Emmanuel. The childhood period of Emmanuel. All right. So let's see Jesus fulfillment. Can Jesus fulfill those 3 verses? First, let's see if he is a candidate or not. To be a candidate, you need at least to be unknown if you are accepting or are you contradicting or affirming those 3 verses. For the first one, Jesus was never called Emmanuel in the Gospels. Yet you can argue that he might have been called Emmanuel, and I'm literally talking about the word Emmanuel, not God dwelled with us and so on. All right, like in John 1:18 and so on. So here so verse 14, he was never called Emmanuel. Yet you can argue he was called Emmanuel off text. So it's not for me or for you. It is gray point. Verse 15, we don't have a record of him eating honey or curds, nor we have a record that he did not do it. He might do it, he might have done it, but without a record. So that's another great point. So good so far. All right. So verse 16 is a real problem here because we know for sure this prophecy of those two kingdoms being laid waste never happened. Such event never happened in Jesus' childhood time. So Jesus cannot be the one in this prophecy because he did not fulfill, or he's not even a candidate for verse 16. And this is the problem. So I have commentators, also tons of them that agree with me. We will read them next time. Conclusion, Jesus is not the prophesied Emmanuel. Why? Because he did not fulfill verse 16. Where is it? Yes, here. So
Okay.
one last slide before we go. I'm sorry. Question. Last question. I will
No.
end with this question. Since the prophecy is not about Jesus, who is it about? I will answer this question in my next chance, inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So that concludes the opening statements. We're going to go ahead and switch to the 8-minute rebuttals. So, Gavin, whenever you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I was born ready, madam. Hey, while I'm doing this, could Phoenix or um ma'am, could either of you put the list of my sources and references into the chat? I actually can't do it. So Phoenix, if maybe you could, or Snow, that would be
Um,
helpful.
if anybody gets a Bible verse or something, just go ahead and throw it in the chat, and we'll go from there. Is
All right,
that
there's
fair?
quite a list. Yeah, all right. There's quite a list I sent to Phoenix, and that's my evidence. So I'm just wanting to show that I have evidence to back what I'm saying. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll keep going, eh?
Yep.
Um, so the first and most obvious rebuttal is that Phoenix, you said that the word virgin doesn't appear in Isaiah or Matthew. Is that correct? Oh well.
May you
So
repeat? But
anyway,
excuse me, this is
He
not a cross examination, so I
Yeah,
cannot
so this
interfere.
okay,
this
all
is
right,
this is
okay. So
rebuttal.
that's the first thing I'm going to rebuke. So in Isaiah it says, "Therefore the Lord Himself will give you a sign: the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel." And in Matthew 23, it says, "The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God is with us. So those are probably the biggest obvious rebuttals I can think of. There's a bit of arguing from silence in there as well, and a lot of special pleading, but we talk about that later. So I'm just going to carry on. So who is this special child that God and Isaiah are talking to Ahaz about? Does the prophecy in Isaiah carry only messianic implications, or was there a more immediate or more provisional or a closer um, prophecy fulfillment? In Isaiah's day, Carson and Beale point out that only a handful of very conservative scholars, which means not much, insist on seeing solely only a messianic prophecy here. Most recognize that there's at least a provisional fulfillment in Isaiah's time, given the explicit statements of Isaiah 7, verses 15 to 16. Given the possibility of a provisional fulfillment, which means short term fulfillment, there are several possibilities of who this child may be. Some suggest King Hezekiah. Also points out that honey and curds has royal implications in ancient Near East context. He had to be quite rich to eat honey and curds. Or maybe some unknown prophet, or others a collective remnant in Israel. However, the most likely possibility, as pointed out by Beale, Carson, and Oswald, is the suggestion that the possibility is most likely to be Isaiah's own son, and he was called Meher Shalal Hashbaz. My pronunciation is not that great, but anyway, and this is backed up by Isaiah 8:3, where it says the prophetess conceives and bears a son, and before the boy knows how to cry, "My father" or "my mother," the wealth of Damascus will be the spoil of Samaria. Sorry, the wealth of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria will be carried away before the king of Assyria, meaning king of Assyria will sack Judah and take all of his riches. In this statement, we see striking similarities to the prophecy of Isaiah 7:14, particularly in the fate of the two northern kingdoms as the dominion of the Assyrians. Oh, sorry, the fate of the two northern kingdoms and the dominion of the Assyrians. Carson and Beale continue to explain. The same son is called Emmanuel in Isaiah 8:8. Mm, yeah, maybe I should read that. So in Isaiah 8:8 it says, "And sweep into Judah, swirling over it, passing through and reaching up to its neck, its outspread wings will cover the breadth of your land. Emmanuel." Emmanuel, imagine. Um, In 8:18, Isaiah describes his two sons, Maah, Shalal, Hashbaz, and Shear Jashub, as signs and symbols in Israel, which description ties back in with the sign God promised in Isaiah 7, verse 11 and verse 14. But in chapter 9, verses 1 to 7, the more distant future is in view, as exiles were once again restored to Galilee. Here in 9:6, another description of the birth of a wonderful child appears, one who can be called Almighty God, Eternal Father, and Prince of Peace, who will rule from David's throne and establish universal justice forever. Prophecies that scarcely could have been fulfilled by a mere earthly or worldly king. Likewise, Oswald notes that this passage would form a more poetic statement of the child's identity, pointing to the ultimate Emmanuel, whereas Isaiah 8, 1 to 4 would constitute a more prosaic account and be limited merely to the person of Marshal Hashbaz. The references at his conception and birth in Isaiah 8:3 lend support to the connection, as does the reference to Emmanuel in verse 8, Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 10, shortly after the discussion of the birth of Isaiah's son, according to Oswald on page 213. How much time have I got left, Miss Snow?
You were almost at 6 minutes. So you have two more
Oh, okay,
minutes.
all right. So I'm almost finished. So, but whatever our stance is on the ultimate fulfillment in light of Isaiah's Emmanuel, we can stand firm. We can stand firm on Matthew chapter 1, verse 23, knowing that this prophecy finds its fulfillment in the birth of Jesus the Christ, God with us. Like in Isaiah, the birth was a sign of the destruction of the oppressing kingdom, as Oswald rightly notes. God's presence with his people can have both positive and negative effects, bringing both joy and sorrow, depending upon the people's character. As Isaiah's prophecy brought about a positive, which was the destruction of the kings of Israel and Syria, the northern kingdoms, and a negative, which was the terrifying reign of the Assyrian king, um, whose people sacked Judah and carried off all of its possessions and worldly wealth. So too,
1 minute.
Jesus' birth brings about, yeah, almost there. So too, Jesus' birth brings about joy for those found in him, but severe sorrow for the unrepentant who reject him. And I'll just yield my time there. Thanks.
Okay. Excellent.
All right, thank you.
Whenever
I'm
you're ready,
listening.
Phoenix.
Mhm. Yes, 1 minute. Should be good now.
So they were complaining that you needed to turn your screen before. I just figured I'd let you know.
Oh, okay, 1 minute. So, is this
I think it
landscape?
was the other way was better.
Oh, yeah, 1 minute. This.
Yep.
This is better. Oh, okay. I thought it would be worse. Okay. So I was hoping that Gavin in the rebutals would address me on the Jesus not fulfilling verse 16 because it is the most crucial part. And let me read some commentaries on it that verifies this as well. And the first commentary, by the way, when the commentary ends, there is a footnote that's mentioned here, as you see, number 3. What will happen is, once your slides is uploaded, you will go to the reference, go to the 3, then click on this link, and you'll be able to download the book. So this is the source here from Word Biblical Commentary, volume 24, Isaiah 1 to 33, and so on. So every commentary is labeled with a footnote, so you can address it back. Let's read the commentary. By the time the child is old, I'm reading the first one. I hope it's clear. If it's not, please tell me no. By the time the child is old enough to make decisions, who is Emmanuel, the land of the two opposing kings will be devastated. The sign is simple. It has to do with the period by which time the present crisis will no longer be relevant. So next commentary as well from the same source. The context requires a sign that will be fulfilled in immediate future. In immediate future. So yeah, you affirm it is dual prophecy. I'm fine with that. But the problem with its dual prophecy, both of them need to fulfill it completely, not partially. Not Jesus fulfilling verse 14, 15, and Mahesh Shalala Hashabaza, Isaiah's son who was born in Isaiah 8:3, fulfills verse 16 only. No, you cannot split verses like this. It is not in this way. Since you affirm this dual prophecy, you need to affirm that both of them being fulfilled completely, not partially. If you went to, I answered the question, I also affirmed that there is two interpretations, by the way, Hezekiah and Isaiah's son. Hezekiah being Ahaz's son and Isaiah's son being Meshach Hashabaza being the candidates for Emmanuel. But I will affirm it is being Maheshal Hashabaza. The reasons are here. I can go around them, but later. Here you see Jesus' fulfillment versus Maheshal Hashabaza fulfillment. Let's focus verse 14. Maheshal Hashabaza was never called Emmanuel as well. And he was born in a normal birth, not a virgin birth, but does not matter, because I have proved, since also Gavin did not rebut me on this, I have proved that verse 14 does not have anything with virgin birth, and I will show you commentaries, Catholic commentaries as well, that agrees with me. So verse 14 does not have is not proved to be for any of them. Verse 15 is the same. I don't have a record for him eating 100 curds, nor you don't have a record him not doing that. Verse 16, meanwhile, he did fulfill it. Because by the time the prophecy got fulfilled, Maisha Hashabaza was 10 to 11 years old. Means he was not fully mature yet. Means it took place in his childhood. So he gets the green tick here. So he's a good, strong candidate for this prophecy. Meanwhile, Jesus is not, because he did not fulfill this prophecy. For example, let's give an example for a dual prophecy. When God told David that your son will build a temple for God in 2 Samuel, all right? So this had a dual prophecy. That's how Christians understand it. First one is being the literal son of David, Solomon building the first temple, and the second fulfillment, the second literal fulfillment is being was Jesus building the church in a spiritual way. Both of them doing it different. Solomon building a literal temple, while Jesus building a spiritual church. Yet both of them did the same idea, building a church, fulfilled it completely. Not one did the part and the other did the part. It is not a group project. It is a prophecy that you need to fulfill from A to Z. All right. Jesus did not fulfill verse 14, nor he go against verse 14. Jesus, same thing for verse 15. But in verse 16, again given, and I hope you address me on this, he goes against verse 16. No prophecy ever happened in his childhood about those two kingdoms being waste. Let's also, on the virgin birth, since you did not rebut it, I will read some commentaries. Alma commentaries here. This is a Catholic commentary as well. This word just comment. Where is it? 1 minute. Okay. Commentary. This is about this one. Read the second one. See the second one. Neither the Hebrew nor the Greek of Isaiah 7:14 refer to type of virginal conception, of which Matthew writes. That's Raymond Brown writing. That's a Catholic source. He agrees that neither the Greek nor the Hebrew says anything about a virgin birth. Neither of them. And he explains it the same way I did. And I sent this to the wrong section. So please, I need you in the next stage address my points on the Hebrew text and the Greek text, and address my point on Jesus not fulfilling or going against verse 16. Explain to us how can Jesus be the ultimate fulfillment of this prophecy while he did not fulfill part of it. If you're gonna just take part of prophecy and say, hey, he fulfilled part of this prophecy, so it is Jesus Christ, I can do the same about me. I can say I am the suffering servant in Isaiah 42. I'm the suffering servant. I will take the verses that suits me and I will leave the verses that goes against me. That's literally what you're doing with Jesus Christ. So this would work if you said it is a typological fulfillment. But we are not debating it is the typological fulfillment or not. We are debating on it being, on just being the prophesied Emmanuel. Means you need to fulfill the prophecy from A to Z. Again, given, address please the Hebrew, the Greek, and address Jesus not fulfilling verse 16. How many time left for me?
You are at 6:30.
Okay, I want also to read, there's a commentary I want to read
Okay.
on this. Uh, the Greek is vague and the conception is definite future. The Greek is not vague and the conception is definitely future. Therefore, all the LXX translator may have meant by the virgin will conceive is that a woman who is now a virgin will be by natural means, once she is united to her husband, conceive the
1 minute.
child Emmanuel. Right. So that's a Catholic source as well. You can see the footnote and can look and download the book. So I have tons of commentaries. So please address those 2 points and thank you. I will leave the rest of time.
Okay. Excellent. So we are going to go ahead and move on to 12-minute cross examination per person. Gavin, you're going to go ahead and start. Are you
Hmm.
ready?
Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. Um. Yeah. Okay. I'll start now. Um. So first question, Phoenix, is: did you bring any evidence? Did you bring any evidence of your sources?
Yes, I have brought scholarly commentaries, lexicons,
Yeah. No. No.
priestly
Did you bring
commentaries.
any? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they for us to see?
Yeah, of course. I have sent it earlier. I'll send it again by Raymond Brown. Let me send it. Be slower on the side chat for now. I want Gavin to see the quotation. Just for a minute.
You said you were going to send your evidence of sources to me. Did you do that?
No, I forgot. As I said, I'm not
You
used.
forgot. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I am not blessed to do it. Like we did not agree to it, so I really did not have it in mind.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And this is not a place where you argue with me. This is my cross-examination. We
In
do
the
an
side chat.
answer.
It checked the side chat. I sent the Raymond Brown source, the Catholic source, that says that the Greek nor the Hebrew have any virginal conception idea until Matthew writes it in his gospel. And he also agrees that Hezekiah is the one who fulfills it. He is the one who, on the other side, he does not say that Maishal al-Hajabazah fulfills this prophecy, but Hezekiah fulfills it.
Um, so, does your evidence say that Raymond Brown, Catholic theologian, denied, or he denies that Isaiah 7:14 is a prophecy related to Jesus being Emmanuel, being the prophesied Emmanuel?
This is not the source that I am using for this. Raymond literally said it is not a virgin birth, hence it is not explicit. Now for your question
What's
about
your source? Excuse me, sir. That's enough. What's the Raymond Brown source you're using? What's the name of it?
the birth of the Messiah, literally in the message.
So it's
You
called The Birth
can
of the
download the
Messiah
book.
by Raymond Brown, correct?
Yes.
Have you put it in the side chat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Raymond Brown does not deny Isaiah 7:14 as a prophecy related to Jesus' birth. But he argues that the original Hebrew word Alma in Isaiah 14 more accurately means young woman rather than virgin. Brown explains that the Hebrew term does not explicitly mean virgin, but is a different word, betula. The Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, which is a Septuagint, uses the word parthenos, meaning virgin, which influenced the New Testament writers, particularly Matthew, who cites Isaiah 17:14 as a prophecy that was fulfilled by the virgin birth of Jesus. Now, Isaiah 7:14, I'll read it again. Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. So in that verse that I've just read, where does it not say the word virgin?
Ask again. Your question is, where does it say not virgin?
Yeah, where does Isaiah 7:14 not use the word virgin, that will conceive and give birth to a son?
You literally said that Raymond Brown affirms that it is not a virgin in Hebrew, and he literally
No, no,
the
no, no,
quotation
no, 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 no.
was
Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. I'm not talking about Raymond Brown. I'm talking about the verse here. Therefore, the
I
Lord
affirm.
himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him
The
Emmanuel.
Bible,
So in
the
that
Bible was
verse,
not.
where does it not, stop talking over the top of me? This is my cross examination. You remain silent unless you're answering a question. So where does that verse not say virgin?
Are you asking in Hebrew or in Greek? Because again, the Bible was not revealed in
Can
English,
you
sir.
answer the question? Can you answer the question, please? And don't ask me questions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I can answer the question. In the Hebrew, it means alma, which is not batula, so it does not say virgin. It says a childless young woman. A childless young woman does not stress on the virginity, nor it stress on the marital state. And in the Greek, it says a virgin, clear cut, yes. So in the Greek it says virgin, in the Hebrew it does not. And again, the Bible was not revealed in English, sir.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. But your claim that Isaiah 7:14 doesn't talk about a virgin will conceive is pretty thin, isn't it?
Again, are you asking in the Hebrew or in the
No,
Greek?
don't ask me questions, sir. This is my cross examination. I don't want to have to ask you a third time to not ask me questions. And don't say, oh, I'm just looking for clarification, because you know exactly what I'm saying. So in Isaiah 7:14, the verse clearly says a virgin will conceive and give birth to a son. Correct?
No.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I'll read it again for you for the third time, fourth time. Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel. Roman Brown, uh, he argues that the original Hebrew word Alma in Isaiah 7:14 is more accurately meaning a young woman rather than a virgin. Brown explains that the Hebrew term does not explicitly mean virgin, which is a different word, because the ancient Hebrew word would be betula. Betula, yeah. Um, but the Greek Septuagint uses the word parthenos, which means virgin. So all Roman Brown is saying is that it's probably not the most accurate thing to say, that a young woman will conceive and give birth to a son. It might have been better if it was said a virgin will conceive and give birth to a son. But the Greek Septuagint says it's a virgin, and Matthew also says the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son. So anyway, I think it's a pretty flimsy kind of explanation you've given there. Now, do you think that a prophet that's sent by God is able to give a dual prophecy? Dual prophecy, Dual, dual prophecy.
Yes, in the Christian paradigm, I believe a prophet can give dual prophecy in the Christian paradigm.
Right. So can you see the dual prophecy in Isaiah chapter 7, say from verse 10 through to verse 17? Can you see
No,
the dual prophecy? You can't see a
no,
dual prophecy. Is that because
Yes,
you
I
have
do.
presuppositions? Is that
Not
because
me.
you have presuppositions about the virgin birth of Jesus?
Don't assume my position.
Sir, I'm asking you a question. Is that because you have presuppositions about the virgin birth of Jesus? Yes or no?
No, no, I don't. Meanwhile,
Okay,
the
I don't
commentary
believe
says
you. I
that
don't actually
Matthew
believe
was the
you.
one
I
who
don't
added the
believe you because
verse.
everybody. Sir, can you be quiet? I don't actually believe you because everybody has presuppositions. Even science has presuppositions. Okay, so you also said something about Jesus didn't fulfill verse 14 or verse 16. So how did he not? How did he not fulfill verse 14? How did Jesus not fulfill verse 14 in Isaiah chapter 7?
I said Jesus did not fulfill verse 14 because he was not called Emmanuel. Yet I did not claim he went against it. I just said he did not fulfill it. Meanwhile, in verse 16, he did not fulfill it and he
Hold on,
went
hold on,
against.
hold on, hold on. Whoa. Stop the gish gallop. Explain again why Jesus did not fulfill verse 14, but do it
I let you
slowly.
hear because verse 14 does not give any hint about a virgin birth. And thank you for refuting your own claim while explaining Raymond Brown writings from ChatGPT. Second thing, the
No,
word
you can stop
Emmanuel
there.
itself,
Stop there. Stop there.
the word
Stop there. Stop there. Stop there. Stop there. Stop there. This is a professional debate, sir. This is not where you throw insults. Okay.
I did
Um,
not say.
don't argue with me. All right. Don't turn this into a dumpster fire. You may feel like you're losing, but that doesn't mean you turn it into a dumpster fire. So there's no insults allowed, please. I don't use Chat GPT, so you can get that out of your mind for a start. Now, you're saying Jesus didn't fulfill verse 14. What? Yep. Yeah, okay, so I'll start. So, Phoenix, you're claiming that Jesus never fulfilled Isaiah 7:14. Why?
Number one, because he was not called Emmanuel. The angel told he was called Jesus, but that could be he was called off text Emmanuel. That's fine. But he still did not fulfill it. He's still a candidate for verse 14. Another reason, it does not say anything about a virgin conception. It might be a normal conception or a virgin conception. So it is a matter of possibility. It's not exclusive anymore.
Okay, that's enough. So, you're wrong on both counts. As I said, word 14 says, therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him, wait for it, Emmanuel. And what does Matthew
30
1
seconds.
20 21 say? Um, the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, which they will call Emmanuel, which means God with us. And that, sir, is why you've lost the cross examination. Thank you. I'll yield there.
Okay, excellent. Phoenix, whenever you're
Thank you.
ready.
Yes. Gavin, was the Bible revealed in English?
Do you mean the original autograph?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. So when you keep quoting, and the virgin will conceive, that's the English word. I want the Hebrew or the Greek. All right. I want the Alma or the Parthenos. So again, when you
Yeah,
keep
I've
asking
already
me,
given you that. I've already given you
don't
that.
interrupt me, sir. Don't interrupt me, sir. I am in my own cross examination. Don't interrupt me, sir. Mute. Be kind. So now, when you keep asking me, is Jesus born of a virgin? Does it say born of a virgin? Does it say does he fulfill verse 14? I say no. But you say says a virgin. Yes, I know, sir. I know English says virgin. That's because it's a Christian translation. We need to go to the original. Alma. What does Alma mean, Gavin? Does it exclusively mean virgin?
No, it doesn't
Thank you.
exclusively mean
Thank you.
virgin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I understand from your word that it's not exclusively mean virgin, means there is other possibilities. So it is not exclusive to be virgin, to be married. Now let's go to the Greek. So the Hebrew is being debunked. Now let's go to the Greek. Do you understand the problem, sir? I know you're losing, I know you're stressing up, but relax, sir. Be professional.
Don't insult
Be
me. Don't
professional.
insult me, please.
Please
Remain
mute
professional.
until I ask. Please mute until I ask you. Please, sir.
I'm
Thank you.
asking you to remain professional.
You are not being professional now, sir. Please mute until I ask you.
Don't
Thank
argue
you.
with me about being
You are
professional.
the one who argue. Don't argue with me, Gavin. Mute, Gavin. I know you're stressing out. I know you're stressing out. The judge is not helping you. Mute, please.
Don't insult me and
Please
don't
mute.
go
I
off the
did not
topic.
interrupt you.
Gentlemen,
Please mute.
gentlemen,
Don't
gentlemen.
argue with me. Mute. Mute until I ask you. Now, when I say the virgin is pregnant, does this mean virgin birth?
If you say
Gavin.
the virgin is, excuse me, can you let me answer? If you say the virgin is pregnant, does that mean virgin birth?
Yes, sir. Does it? I'm asking you. You're asking me.
No, it means the virgin is pregnant.
Oh my God. Does not. Does it imply virgin birth by other words?
No, your question is, no, you give me your question. Give me your question
Stop,
again.
stop, 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 stop. You are saying
Just
the
so we get it,
virgin is pregnant. The
just so
virgin,
we
no,
get it
stop, stop, stop.
perfect.
No, stop, stop, stop. Gavin, don't lose it. Hold up.
Don't
Hold
swear
up.
at me.
Don't
Don't
worry.
swear at me, Muslim. Otherwise,
Don't
this will
stop.
be a
Yeah,
short
yeah, yeah,
debate.
Gavin. This is a
This will be
professional
a
debate.
short debate
This
if
is a
you're going to go
professional
that
debate.
low.
Behave, Gavin.
So,
Gavin,
what's your
behave. I know you're
question?
losing. I know you're
What's your
losing and you're
question?
losing your nerve, but relax. Relax,
This
Gavin.
could be a
Relax.
short
I'm
debate. This
asking.
could be a
You
short
said
debate.
no.
What's your question? What's your
Gavin.
question?
Gentlemen,
I asked
gentlemen.
you, you
What's
answered.
your
I asked,
question?
I asked you and you answered. You forgot after you answered, it's not my problem. I will ask you again, don't worry. But you said no.
Yeah,
My
I
question
want you
was,
to
ladies
ask the
and
question
gentlemen,
for clarification,
my
please.
question was, when I say the virgin is pregnant, does this imply
Yeah.
virgin birth? He said no. So present tense with virginity, it does not imply for him virgin birth. While this is wrong, it implies virgin birth. Means she is virgin right now while being pregnant. Hence, when she give birth, it will be virginal birth.
Rubbish.
Thank you. Now, given my next question, when I say the
Yeah,
virgin,
make sure it's an
when I
intelligent
say
one. Make
give
sure
me the
it's
second question.
intelligent.
Give me the second question. Here is the second question. When I say the virgin was pregnant, does this imply virgin birth?
If the virgin was pregnant, and she birthed, then it would
Of course she will
then it
birth,
would
Given. Of
entail
course she
a
will birth.
virgin
Don't
birth.
ask me back.
Yes. You're not going to win with these trick questions. If you say the virgin
And no
was
trick question here.
pregnant,
It's literally simple
hey,
question.
hey, hey,
I'm saying
hey,
the
hey, I'm
virgin
I'm
was
answering.
pregnant.
I'm
What is the trick here?
answering.
It is simple
I'm
question.
answering.
Answer.
I'm answering. I'm
Answer
answering your
truthfully.
cross-examination question. If you say the virgin was pregnant, then that entails that either she's given birth, because she's not now pregnant, or maybe she had miscarried.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're missing the
Yeah,
idea.
God's
Again,
the
I'm
only one
saying the
that can
word
help you,
virgin.
Phoenix.
Stop right here. Gavin is not connected with me, chat, so I believe you can connect. What I'm trying to prove is when the virgin is pregnant, that means she is virgin and she is pregnant. Means she did not sleep with her husband to get pregnant, means she's still a virgin, and that's married. All right. Second thing, when I say the virgin was pregnant, means in the past she was pregnant and being pregnant, having miscarriage or not, I don't care, but she was pregnant. She has the child in her belly. Then in the future, she's still virgin. That's also married. Those are examples for virginity using in the correct way, implying virginal birth. Now, Gavin, when I say, and answer me straightforward, don't play games. When I say that the virgin will conceive, does this imply virgin birth?
It implies that a virgin will conceive.
A virgin, oh my God. Does it imply does it imply a virgin birth? I'm not asking about the conception.
Say your question again.
Virgin,
Say your question again.
virgin, oh my
Say
God.
your question again.
When I say the virgin will conceive, does it imply exclusively and explicitly she will be virgin in the time of pregnancy and after pregnancy, or there is other possibilities?
Not at all. All you're saying is that she will conceive while she's a virgin.
Great. That's the
That's all it
perfect answer.
means. That's all it means. Now, can you move on? Can you move on, please? These are pretty low IQ
Stop here,
questions.
stop here, stop here, stop here, stop here, stop right here. Great, he answered the correct answer. Finally, after the third time, he answered the
Can you
correct
move on?
answer.
Can you move on?
The answer
This
is
is
no.
really
It does not.
boring.
Don't interrupt me. 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 Be
This
professional,
is
sir.
really
Be
boring.
professional. I
Let's
don't
have
care,
some
sir.
intelligent.
I
Let's have
don't
some
care, sir.
intelligent questions,
I'm not.
please.
I'm not here to. I'm not here to entertain you. Mute, sir. I know you're losing. I know you're losing
No,
your
but
nerves
you're
as well.
here to
Relax.
ask intelligent
Relax.
cross-examination
Relax.
questions, of which
Relax.
I'm not hearing.
Relax. I ask you three questions and you are not processing my questions until the third time I asked you the third question. So again, guys, he answered the third question. If the virgin will get pregnant future, does it imply that it is a virgin conception? He said, no, it does not. Thank you. So that's literally what the Greek says. It says Parthenos in the future will conceive. The hexai, the verb there to conceive, is in future tense, sir. So although the word Parthenos is clear-cut virgin, but it is in future tense. The conception is in future tense. Hence, it is not exclusive in Greek. And that's what Raymond Brown also say. That's what almost every professional and academic and scholarly commentary say, sir. So
Stop
nor the
lying.
Hebrew says
Stop
virgin birth,
lying.
nor the Greek
Stop
says stop lying.
lying.
Okay, you're accusing me of lying.
Stop
Mute. I'll give you
lying.
mute. We will have. I don't know how
Stop
we're gonna manage the 20
lying.
minutes debate. I will not. I will again. I'm not lying. You are the one who
You are.
thinks I'm lying because you are the one who lying. You are not addressing my points at all. Now let me ask you, sir.
I
Let
am
me ask you.
addressing your
A
points.
new
I have
paradigm.
addressed them,
Mute,
and
mute,
you're
mute, mute,
lying.
mute, Devin, mute. In your
No,
paradigm, sir.
it's fine.
In your paradigm.
When
In
you
your paradigm.
lie,
In your
I shall
paradigm.
point it
In your
out.
paradigm.
So, point of moderation, So, this session is for Phoenix to ask questions and for Gavin to answer them. So, please go ahead, Phoenix, ask questions. And Gavin, please let him ask his questions and then furnish an answer. Thank you.
It's really ironic how when I just take extra second answering his question, he jumps on me. But now he's not even let me
You
speak.
got any
Anyway,
questions?
I know he's losing his nerve. I know you're
Questions,
losing your nerve,
please.
Gavin. Relax, Gavin, relax. Just chill. Take a
Let's hear
colleague,
some
chill.
questions instead of
So
insults,
now
please.
my question for you, Gavin. In your paradigm, were the Jews in the first century waiting for their Messiah to be born out of a virgin?
Okay, you're going to have to repeat that because your English was really bad. You're going to have to speak slower, please.
All right, I will speak slower if you will give me time to speak. So I was saying, in your paradigm, in the Christian paradigm, were the first century Jews or
In
the
the Christian
before
what?
century Jews?
Say again, in the Christian what?
In the Christian paradigm, Gavin,
In the Christian what?
in the Christian paradigm, in the Christian point of view, if you don't understand the word paradigm. I know I don't understand the word paradigm. In the Christian point of
So
view,
are you
here is a
saying in
simple
the
word.
Christian belief? Are you saying in the Christian belief?
I did not say belief, but you can understand it so we can move on. Yes, in the Christian belief or in the Christian point of
Keep
view.
going.
Do
Yeah, keep
you,
going, keep
do
going.
you, do you, do you believe, the question is, do you believe that the Jews were waiting, the first century Jews were waiting the Messiah to be born out of a virgin?
No, the Bible doesn't give any indication that first century Jews were waiting for a
Okay, thank
Messiah
you.
to be.
Thank you.
Whoa,
So,
whoa,
so,
whoa,
so
whoa! I haven't finished
was
my
there,
answer
my
yet.
next question was
Hey, 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 hey,
No, no,
hey,
stop, stop,
Muslim
stop, stop,
boy,
stop, stop, stop.
Muslim
You just
boy!
answer my question. No
I
need, no
have
need to,
not completed
you need
my
to,
answer.
you're very slow,
Gavin,
Gavin.
I have
Gavin,
not
he's like,
You're very
completed
slow.
my answer.
Gavin, he's allowed to interrupt you. It's okay. Continue, Phoenix.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. And I let
Okay.
you
This is
answer. You
fine.
said no.
This
It's
is
not
fine.
the
This is fine.
marriage is not consistent.
This is
In
fine.
any period of time, in any period of time, sir, you interrupt me, sir. In any period of time, did Jews wait for their Messiah to be born out of a virgin in any period of time?
The Bible says nothing.
30 seconds.
No, hang on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I
Hang
will take.
on.
By the way, he interrupted me
No,
a
you're
lot. I
not
want,
letting me answer
I
the
will
question,
sound
so
one
that's
minute.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll
Given,
get
you
on.
wasted
We'll
a
get
lot
on
of
to
my
open
time.
discussion.
Given, mute. You wasted a lot of my time. I have a lot of questions for you to ask, and you waste
Yeah,
my
you're
time.
wasting a
Right?
lot of time with really
You have
silly
unwasted
kind of
time.
questions.
Mute. Given, mute. Thank you. Now,
Can you give
since
us
you're not
some
answering my question,
intelligent questions?
my other question. You believe it's dual prophecy, right?
Sorry.
You believe the prophecy is dual prophecy, right? Dual prophecy.
Yes, sir. Well, so
Great.
does every other
And
scholar
you
as
believe
well.
it is a prophecy, 1 minute, and you believe it is a prophecy, hence it should be fulfilled from A to Z,
Okay.
and that's your
Okay.
position. You already explained it. 2 more minutes, please. No, 2 more minutes
Okay.
from my other 5 minutes.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, he might
So
come up
that's the
with an
second question.
intelligent
My
question.
second question already answered by taking this debate. Is this a prophecy about either of them, the first fulfiller or the second fulfiller? You said yes. All right, you affirm it. So my third question is verse 14 saying explicitly the virgin will give birth to Emmanuel and it will be virgin birth.
So which verse is it? Verse 14.
Yes.
Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel.
So a
This is what
virgin
the
will give.
verse says.
So it's a virgin birth. It is a virgin birth, right?
Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a
Can you
sign.
answer, David? Can you answer me?
The virgin, listen carefully. The
Are you
virgin
afraid? Are you
will
afraid from yes or no?
conceive.
Gavin, are you afraid from yes or no? You're wasting my time. Yes or no?
Listen,
Is it a virgin
listen,
birth?
and,
Is it a virgin birth? Yes
and,
or no? Is it a virgin birth? Yes or
and,
no? Is it virgin birth?
can I complete my answer? The virgin will
No. Yes or
conceive
no? Only yes
and
or no.
give
Is it virgin birth?
birth to a.
Yes. Is it virgin? Is this virgin birth? Do you believe it's virgin birth, right?
Listen. I'm repeating the words
Gavin, you're
exactly.
wasting my time. You are
The
not
virgin
answering any
will
question. You are not
All
answering any
right.
conceive
question. I
And
don't know
that
how you
and
are.
give
that
birth.
is time. Gentlemen, that is time. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move
Fantastic.
on to
You
our next
wasted
portion
all
of
of
it.
my question. You did not address a single question.
Fantastic. Okay, let's
Okay,
move on.
that is
Let's
time.
move on to open
Gentlemen.
discussion.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to go into the 20-minute open debate. So if you guys want to go fisticuff, here it is.
Yep. So I'll
20
start.
minutes
Phoenix,
starting now.
you are such the dishonest interlocutor.
Again,
In
don't insult me, sir. Be
cross-examination,
professional.
you be
Don't
quiet.
insult me, sir.
In
No, I will not
cross-examination,
be quiet.
one side
Now
asks the
answer my question.
question
Given,
and the other side
given.
remains quiet and gives an answer. And the
You
side
are
asking the question
you are not
waits
giving an
for the other
answer.
side to give their shut
You are
your
reading
mouth.
and not answering.
Shut
Again,
your mouth.
be
And the other
respectful. Be
side,
respectful and
who
be
is
productive. Answer my
professional,
question.
will let
Let's
the
be
other side
productive. You are
complete their
wasting
entire
people's
question
time.
and not gish gallop like an atheist, like the way you are gish galloping. Do you
Again,
understand what I'm saying?
given. Do you believe that verse 7:14 is talking about the virgin birth? Can you just say yes or
I've
no?
just asked you a question. Do you understand what I said?
Can you say yes or no?
An honest interlocutor, when doing a cross examination, will ask a question and then they'll wait for the opposite or their opponent to give their full answer. That's how
And by the
professionals
way,
do it.
you literally debunked yourself because you were
You have
asking
not
me
done that.
without
You have
providing
failed.
any cross-examination. You
You
were
have
asking me without
failed.
providing any.
You have failed.
You are providing. You're
You have
asking
used
in the
typical
Hebrew or the
Muslim
Greek. You're
and
literally
atheist
asking in the
tactics
English, and the Bible
in
was
your
not revealed
debating
in the English.
skills.
Given, answer
So
me.
your
Is
debating
this
skills are
talking about
very
the
poor,
virgin birth?
very dishonest,
Given, are you
very
processing?
poor.
Given, are you processing? Are you processing, sir? I'm saying, is 7:14.
Yeah, I'm processing your
7:14.
dishonest
Talking about virgin birth.
interlocutory skills.
Is it talking
So
about virgin
anyway,
birth or not?
I
Is it talking about virgin birth or not? Is it talking about virgin birth or not?
I'm glad that you're carrying on gish galloping and talking a million miles an
You are
hour,
literally
like an
not
atheist,
answering. You just said
and
yes
over
or no. You
talking
don't
me
even understand the
and over
question.
talking me. So
Are you afraid to answer?
what what? So it seems that you've got a huge hard on about verse 14 being not fulfilled. But what about verse 16 of chapter
That's not my
7 of
question. That's not my
Isaiah?
question. That's not, you are diverting. You
You
are
never
jumping. You are
answered
doing the
that.
Christian shuffle. You are
Why did
running,
you
sir.
answer that?
Sir, you are running. Stay. Hold your
Why
ground,
did
sir.
you
Hold
not
your ground, sir.
answer
My
verse
question is: do you
16
understand
of
from
chapter
Isaiah
7?
7:14? Conception, birth, virgin birth.
When you come to a debate, Phoenix,
Answer.
you really have to have a good command of English. Now I'll repeat my question.
You are not
Why
letting me
did you
speak.
not
You are not
answer?
hearing me, sir. You are not
Why
hearing
did
me
Jesus
because
not fulfill verse
you are
16
not, you
of
are not letting me
Isaiah
speak.
chapter
Let me speak
7?
and you'll have a civilized debate. So, chat, you see, when someone lacks knowledge, that's what happened. He keeps yelling and without
Oh, appealing to the
letting the other
chat.
side of the question.
Appealing to
He
the
keeps
chat, my
dodging
goodness.
the ask the question. So, Gavin,
Don't appeal to the chat.
for the last
That's
time,
the sign of a
for the last
loser.
time, for the last time. You see, you're done insulting now and projecting.
It
You know
might
you're
be
going
the
to
last
lose now.
time too,
Yeah.
yeah, because the mods might call this to a halt, I think.
For the last time. For the
So
last time.
you're appealing to the
Do
chat,
you
which
understand from Isaiah
is a
7:14?
very
Do
bad
you
sign.
understand? Do you
So
understand? Do
why
you
could you not
understand from
answer
Isaiah?
my question
Do you
about verse
understand? Do
16
you
in
understand?
Isaiah
Do you? No, it's
chapter
no. I cannot.
7?
We cannot do it like this.
No. So what you're doing is you're talking over
He's
the
not
top
even
of me.
addressing my
You're
question.
gish galloping.
He
You're
keeps
gish
yelling at me.
galloping, which is not how professional debaters conduct themselves.
Gavin, answer me. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you understand from Isaiah 7:14 that it is a virginal, virginal birth? Virginal birth. I'm asking about the birth. Do you understand this is a virginal birth?
Yeah, because it says the virgin will
Yeah,
conceive and give birth to a son. Can you understand that?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Are you gonna answer
Can you
me?
understand that? Can
Say,
you understand that?
you did
The
not even
virgin
answer.
will conceive and give birth to a son. You understand that English, right?
Is this birth, again, is this birth a virgin birth? Okay, you're gonna say yes, you affirm it. Anyway, I know your position more than you. You're gonna say yes, you affirm it. Then if you affirm
The
this is a
virgin
virgin birth,
will
if you
conceive
affirm this is a virgin
and give
birth,
birth to a
and you and
son.
one minute, if you
Is
affirm that
that straightforward?
Isaiah 7:14 says a virgin will conceive, then how, and this is explicit on Mary, then how can it be dual prophecy? How can someone else, mother, fulfill this prophecy if it's explicit on Mary? You refuted your own position. You believe it
Because
is
I can tell
dual
you
prophecy?
why.
No, no, no,
I
no.
can tell
You
you
believe it's
why.
dual prophecy. You
I
believe
can
it
tell you
is dual
why.
prophecy, and at the same time,
If you'd
you
stop
believe that it's
Spurging and the
only
gift
Mary can fulfill
galloping,
verse 17. You believe it's dual prophecy, while you believe it
you
only
were
Mary can fulfill verse 14.
galloping
How
and the
can this work?
Spurging, I can tell you
Did
why.
Mary
I've
give
already
birth to
explained
Isaiah's
it
son?
to you,
Did Mary give birth to Hezekiah?
but I can
How can it
explain
be
it to
only
you
about
further.
Mary?
Okay. So it's a dual prophecy because there's a short-term
And be
prophecy
dual prophecy as well. You
that
are contradicting yourself.
can you stop Spurging? Can you stop Spurging? This is not my opinion. This is the scholarly consensus, Phoenix. The scholarly consensus is that the prophecy from Isaiah was a dual prophecy in that it fulfilled a short-term need and also the longer-term need 700 years later of the birth of Jesus Christ, who was called Emmanuel, God with us. You can understand that, right?
Okay. So, Gavin, my
Yes,
question for
Phoenix,
you:
what would you
if
like
you
to
believe,
discuss now?
if you believe, given that it is dual prophecy, that means others can fulfill it, then how do you believe that verse 7:14 is exclusive about Mary?
It's a dual prophecy, Phoenix, because I'm taking the verse in context, which is why I read from verse 10 to verse 17. of Isaiah chapter 7. Nobody who's a biblical scholar, and I'm not saying I'm anywhere near being a biblical scholar, nobody takes one verse in isolation and builds a whole belief system around it. That is
Gavin,
foolish and
answer the
amateur.
question.
I
Answer the
just
question.
did. I
You are
just did.
not answering the question.
I
My
just
question
did.
to
I
you,
just
you
answered the
believe it is
question.
dual prophecy. You believe it is dual prophecy, means verses from 14 till 17 can be fulfilled by multiple people, including
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ. Right?
that's not what
Which I
I said.
believe this idea, by the way.
Don't put
I found
words
it is
in
not
my
Jesus
mouth,
Christ because it does
Satan.
not fulfill verse 16.
Satan,
How do you
do not
believe it
put
is
words in my mouth.
persons while you believe only Mary
So
can
I
fulfill
read
verse 16?
from verse 10 to verse 17. So 7 verses I read, and that puts it in context. It is a dual prophecy.
You
This
are
is
not
the
answering.
scholarly consensus. Hey, this is the scholarly consensus of people 10
This is
times
probably
smarter than
consensus
you
as
or
well, but
me.
it's not talking about a virgin birth. Yet it is, you believe it is talking about a virgin birth. All right, you are quoting the English Bible as it is revealed in English, sir. You're ignoring the Hebrew and the Greek, sir. You are saying Raymond
No,
Brown said this and that. You don't know
no,
that
I'm
Raymond
not.
Brown said both Greek and
No,
Hebrew.
I'm not.
Talking about virgin
No, I'm
birth.
not.
Well, you believe it is a
Stop
virgin birth
putting
birth,
words in
where
my
only
mouth,
Mary can fulfill
Satan.
it. Where can Mary, how can Mary fulfill this, be the only fulfiller of verse 714? While you believe it's dual prophecy, means there is another mother for another Emmanuel. How do you believe in
No,
two
no,
contradictions,
no,
sir?
no, no, no.
You are believing in two
Look,
contradictions, sir.
verses. Can you be quiet? Can you control yourself, please,
Can you
and
control
stop the
yourself and
spurging?
answer?
Can you stop the spurging? Because if you can't, I'm just going to let you shotgun
Can you
away.
just
And
answer? Can you answer straightforward? Can you answer
yeah,
straightforward, sir?
you can keep talking. You can keep talking for the next 7-8 minutes if you
No, good.
want.
I'll keep talking. Good. I will keep talking. So Gavin does not know how to get away from his contradiction. He says it's dual prophecy, and at the same time he says 714 can be only fulfilled about Mary. So how can another mother give birth to another kid who will be another fulfiller of this prophecy while it only can be fulfilled by Mary? Did Mary give birth to another kids who fulfilled this prophecy? No, only Jesus Christ. So I will keep speaking because you don't know how to get away from this contradiction. ChatGPT is not helping you, definitely. Another question for you: do you believe that the Jews were waiting for the Messiah to come from a virgin? You said no. You don't believe that because the Bible does not say anything about that. Then how do you understand that the Bible clearly says anything about a virgin birth? The Jews understood it as Alma, a young woman, will normally conceive and give birth. The Jews either say it is Mahisha al-Hashabaza or Hizuk. The Jews does not wait for their Messiah to be born out of a virgin. And you know what's even worse? That Jesus Christ cannot even prove to the Jews that he was born out of a Messiah, right? He cannot prove it, nor he even assumed it. In John 8:41, and I will give you sources for this. 1 minute. Peace of mind. Here is the source. First source. The origin, let's read origin. Origin's word on commentary on John 8:41. When the Jews accused Jesus of being son of fornication. Origen says, I ask whether those Jews who are said to believe in him do not respond rather because they were reproved as not being children of Abraham by hinting in a wild manner that the Savior was born of a fornication. They accuse him to be son of a fornication. And you know what Jesus said? Jesus did not defend his mother from this vile accusation. He said, I am son of God and you are son of Satan, and so on and so forth. He did not even claim to be born of a virgin. That's not only origin. There is tons of church fathers who understood it this way. So how can the Jews believe in someone who is not born of a virgin? Do you believe that Isaiah 7:14 is talking about the Messiah coming of a virgin? Another contradiction given that you're not addressing. Third contradiction, third rebuttal. Most Christian likes to, by the way, Gavin is being really silent, so are you guys hearing me? just to verify. It's not my problem. He's not responding. And it's no one black. Okay, great. So the comment says yes. Okay, so I hope Gavin is taking notes, and we're gonna answer me with ChatGPT later. So
I'm making a shopping list.
my
I'm
next
making a
question.
shopping list,
Gavin, stay quiet, stay quiet, stay
I'm
quiet. You
making
like
a
being quiet.
shopping list. Don't tell
So
me to be
Gavin,
quiet. I'm making a shopping list. Is there
You know the
anything you want?
Septuagint. The Septuagint. I will prove to you
Is
that
there anything you
Septuagint has
want?
nothing to do. The Septuagint has nothing to do with the prophetic message. You know why? Because the earliest manuscript that contains Isaiah 7:14 in Greek. You know it dated when? It is dated
Yeah,
third ACE,
yeah.
third CE,
That's
200
not a
years
revelation. That's not a
crucifixion
revelation.
of Jesus
That's
Christ.
not news.
I will show you
Have you got
sources.
any
I will
salient
show you
points to
sources. 1
make?
minute.
Do you have any salient points to make?
1 minute. Chill,
Have
Emmanuel,
you
chill.
got any salient points to make? Because you're just repeating the same boring talking points.
You're literally wasting my time. Relax. I will give you.
No, I
The source.
think it can be said that you're the one wasting the
In
time because of your dishonesty.
in this link, you can see in the earliest manuscript that contains Isaiah. The whole of Septuagint Isaiah is preserved after 2nd CE. The only manuscripts that exist for Septuagint for before the birth of Christ are the 5 books of Moses. Only.
What's the earliest text?
Including
Hey,
Isaiah.
what's the
Are
earliest text? Hey,
after
Muslim
Jesus
boy,
Christ.
Muslim
If we
boy,
have a
close your
newspaper,
mouth,
if we
close your
have a
mouth
newspaper, so if we
for
have a
15
newspaper,
seconds
so
and
if we
answer me
have
a
a
simple
newspaper,
question. What's the
so if we have a
earliest text
newspaper,
available of
Gavin,
Isaiah?
Gavin, Gavin,
What's the
Gavin, you're not
earliest
addressing
text
anything.
available
Okay,
of
go on,
Isaiah?
address, go on.
Muslim boy, be quiet. Tell me what the earliest text available is of the book of Isaiah.
And the Septuagint or Hebrew, that's the thing. You are lost. You don't even understand that there is 2
So what's
versions.
your
You
answer?
are
What's
asking
your
what
answer?
is the oldest
Give
preservation
me
of
your clear
Isaiah?
answer.
In Hebrew or
Give
Greek?
me your answer.
Are you
Come
asking in
on.
Hebrew or Greek?
I don't care. You give me what you think is the earliest
For the Greek, for the Greek,
book
for the Greek, the
of
earliest,
Isaiah.
the Greek is Parthenos.
Which one is it?
The earliest. I will just send you source as well because you see you did not even check the source I sent you. 1 minute, I will send you another source that says the
You didn't
earliest.
send any
For
sources.
the
You didn't send
1
any
minute.
sources. Answer my question. What is the
Relax.
earliest copy? What is the earliest copy we have of the book of Isaiah? Tell
In
me.
the Septuagint is in the 2nd
Tell
century
me.
CE. As I send,
Okay. So
check
you lost
the
that
side chat.
one.
I'm sending in the side
Hey,
chat.
Muslim boy,
I'm sending
Muslim
in
boy.
the side chat.
The
The earliest
earliest,
manuscript that contains
the
the
earliest
word
copy
Barbanos in
that
the
we
Septuagint
have
is
of the full book of
967.
Isaiah
It
is
to
in
be
the Dead
third
Sea
century.
Scrolls. You
Third
dishonest Muslim.
century. It
The
is
Dead Sea
dated.
Scrolls have the most
Oh my God.
fullest
One
complete
one
book of
minute.
Isaiah.
1 minute.
Everybody
Do you
knows
understand?
that.
It's for 2 people to argue on a point. So my point to begin with was that Emmanuel, Jesus Christ being Emmanuel, cannot be. Why? Because number one, the prophecy starts at verse 14 and ends at verse 17. Verse 14 in Hebrew and Greek are affirming with their own priests, with their own sources, with their own Christian commentaries, says that the Greek does not hold any meaning within it, that it have virgin conception, and virgin birth, nor the Hebrew, for reasons that I stated. The Hebrew says that it is Alma, which Alma does not have the clear meaning of Patula, virginity, and the Greek says Parthenos, and Parthenos again is clear-cut virginity, but it says in future the virgin will in future give birth. Well, in the future will she still be virgin? We don't know. She could be and she could not be. So it became ambiguous. That's number one. Number two, about the context itself. The context itself does not support the idea that Jesus, someone who will be born 700 years later, will fulfill this prophecy. This prophecy has only one fulfiller, who should be either Hezekiah or Mahesh al-Hashabaz. The dual prophecy is not applicable here, although the Christians affirm it is dual prophecy, but it's not applicable here. Why? Because Jesus did not fulfill verse 16. Verse 16 says, before the child knows to refuse the wrong and accept the right, the two lands that the king is dared from will be destroyed or be laid waste. When means there is a time frame and there is a prophecy. The time frame is after Emmanuel is born and before he matured up. All right. So it will be in his childhood time. Where in Jesus' childhood time was this prophecy fulfilled? Never. So again, you did not address this question at all. You failed to address this question, Gavin. You are not unsincere. You are not sincere in this one. Next one, I will keep moving forward though. The Greek Septuagint in itself cannot be used as a source. You know why? Because the earliest manuscript, and when I was talking about the earliest manuscript for Isaiah, I was talking about the Septuagint. The Septuagint Isaiah. It is in, because the Hebrew Isaiah says Alma, does not say Betula. So I'm talking about the ones that says virgin. It is in 2nd century CE, means 200 years later after Jesus Christ. And I sent the source in the side chat. So let's say I have an analogy. Let's say a newspaper is written 1930, last century, 1930, and says the Germans will lose the World War II. This will be a prediction, a great prophecy, because it did happen and it was documented before the event. So it is a prophecy, it is a prediction. But if a newspaper said that the same thing, the same title, that the Nazis will lose the World War II, in 1950, 5 years later after the World War II ended, will this make sense as a prophecy? No, it is not a prophecy anymore because it was documented after. And since we have the earliest copy of the Septuagint manuscript to be dated 200 years later after Jesus Christ, hence it is not a prophecy anymore, and the Greek cannot be used to supply this argument. So you have only the Hebrew argument or the Hebrew text, and the Hebrew text does not say Parthenos, does not say Batul at all. It does not support you.
1 minute.
Moving on, thank you. Moving on, notice how I'm only talking about the argument given, not talking about you, because I don't care about you. I care about the argument I want to discuss here. So the main argument here also that you believe it is dual prophecy, yet at the same time you believe only Mary can give birth to Emmanuel. So how can it be dual prophecy and others can fulfill it, while only Mary can fulfill verse 14? Did Mary give birth to other children than Jesus Christ that fulfill this prophecy as well? No, the other candidates who fulfilled it, like Isaiah's son, who you affirmed he fulfills this prophecy as the short term, was not son of Mary. He had another mother, the wife of Isaiah, the prophetess in Isaiah 8:3. Was she married? No, she was not married. So how can Mahesh al-Hashabaza be the fulfiller of this prophecy at the same time his mother was not married? Then Isaiah 7:14 does not have any explicitness about marriage. Again, you're having all your positions in a contradiction. You believe in that and you believe in this, and both positions contradict each other, while also contradicting yourself. You say that I should behave and should be professional while you're not even addressing my questions. I don't care if you insult me, if you attack me, I don't care. Just address my questions, which you did not. Thank you.
Okay. So
May Allah guide us.
that concludes the debate. Thank you so much, Gavin. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Uh, Black is currently gathering scorecards. We're going to move on to audience questions. So if you have a question in the audience, please know that I'm going to bring you up. You're going to be allowed one question, and then you will be brought back down into the audience. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, we're going to start with Space Booties, will be the first question. And like I said, please stick around because we are going to put up the poll for the audience. So you can go in and put your own opinion on who you think won the debate. Okay, well, I don't see Space coming up. Space, are you there? All right. We'll move on. I'll go ahead and give it to Corsi. Corsi, I'm going to bring you on up. You can ask your question.
I have one question, and it's for Gavin. Can a virgin have sex and then conceive of a child, thus fulfilling the virgin conceived and had a child?
Can you repeat your question? I'm just trying to keep an eye on the fish hooks.
Sure. Can a
Slowly,
virgin?
slowly. Don't get scared.
I'm literally I got 3 words in, Gavin. Chill. Can a virgin
Yeah. And you
have
ask slowly.
Gavin? I am literally being as
Don't
slow as I
argue with
can.
me. Don't argue with me, audience member.
Why? Stop running. Jeez. Can a
Slowly.
Shut up. Can a
Don't tell me to
virgin
shut up. Hey,
listen?
hey,
Listen to the
you're not a
question,
mod
Gavin.
here.
All right,
You're
gentlemen,
not a
gentlemen,
mod
gentlemen.
here.
Listen to
Listen,
the
we have
question,
a
Gavin. My
limited
goodness.
time, so let's go ahead
You're
and
not
get the
a
question
mod.
on.
Let's hear your
Listen.
question.
Let me ask it. Here, I'm going to ask the question. Can a virgin have sex and get pregnant, thus fulfilling the prophecy of a virgin conceived and had a child?
Um, that would only be something that would happen with the supernatural assistance from God.
Okay,
As it says in the Bible.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring up TK.
Real quick, Snow.
TK.
To let you guys know, the poll is up. If you look at the debate poll channel, there's a debate poll text channel up above. The poll is in there. Please go ahead, cast your vote for who you thought won tonight's debate. Or you can follow the link that I'm pasting into the side chat. Click that and go and vote. All right, thank you. This poll's going to be up for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to close it. Thank you.
TK, you're up.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is for Phoenix. It's kind of a rhetorical question. Don't you think that the claim being made in the New Testament about Jesus being born of a virgin would be an extremely ambitious claim if it weren't true?
As a Muslim, there is no doubt that Jesus was born of a virgin. I am a Muslim, I affirm the virgin birth by our mother Mary. But what don't I affirm that Isaiah 7:14 is not talking about what I affirm is Isaiah 7:14 is not talking about Jesus Christ, because he did not fulfill the prophecy, nor the prophecies prophesying about anyone to be born out of a virgin. So it is not about was Jesus born of a virgin or not, but does Isaiah 7:14 prophesies about Jesus born of a virgin or not? Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring up Floyd for the next question.
Thank you for having me. This is a question for Gavin. Gavin, if Isaiah 7 is a dual prophecy, what were the two kingdoms in during Jesus' lifetime that were deserted, as described in verse 16?
The kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Syria.
They were deserted?
Now, you asked me what were the two kingdoms, and my answer was they were the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Syria.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to go ahead and bring up, I guess, O is the name, the screen name, or 0. I can't tell.
Hey, so can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah. Right, so my question would be to Gavin, and I'd like to ask why it was a recurring theme of insulting Phoenix by calling him a Muslim boy.
What's your question?
My question is, why was it a recurring theme throughout this debate to call Phoenix a Muslim boy?
Have you ever debated in your life? In a live debate? Your answer doesn't matter. But things can get pretty heated in debates, and insults can get thrown around quite easily. So that's the answer to your question.
Okay.
You
Next, we're
you
gonna
can
bring
go
up
now.
Mansoor. Mansoor, what is your question?
Hello. Yeah, I got a question for Gavin. Is there any place in the New Testament where either Mary or anybody else refers to Jesus as Emmanuel explicitly?
No, I don't think so. Not off the top of my head.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and bring up tail recursion for the next one.
Hello. Phoenix, I have a question for you. Given that this debate was rather easy, are you thinking about maybe having this particular debate again with someone else that might be more challenging?
Definitely. I would just say this before the debate ends that I am open to take this debate with anyone. Matter of fact, if Matthew got resurrected, I am ready to debate Matthew himself on this topic. Yes, sir.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and bring up we'll bring up Ruby. She was sitting there for a while.
So get your votes in, folks. Get your votes in.
All right, she bowed out. So we'll go ahead and bring up mathematician. Go ahead and state your question.
Yeah, so my question is for Gavin. Um Last time I checked the poll, it was like 90% to Phoenix, so I'm just kind of curious on what you think about that. If you have any like introspection about that.
Nothing that I'd share with you.
Okay, we're gonna bring up double EV for the next question. Go ahead and state your question.
Salam alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa
Yep.
alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Just 1 second. I want to go. Gavin, did you use ChatGPT for the thing you put in the chat? The earliest noun copy of the book. Did you use ChatGPT?
No, Muslim. I don't use ChatGTP. You can go
Okay.
now.
We're gonna go ahead and bring up Arvine for the next question.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so my question is for the Christian boy. I just find it like hypocritical during the cross-examination that Phoenix was willing to hear you out without interrupting, but when it was your turn to be cross-examined, when Phoenix was actually giving you questions, you ran like a coward and you refused to answer any of his questions. And the whole chat thinks you lost, by the way, 90%.
What's your question?
Is there a
Yeah, my
question
question
there
is,
somewhere?
like, how do you find it moral for you to be a hypocrite?
How do I find it moral to be a hypocrite? Well, that's your subjective opinion.
We're going to bring up Cool Guy Jeff, for the next question.
I can't wait for this from Cool Guy Jeff. This could be the question of the night.
Looks like it didn't go through. Okay, well, let's go ahead and bring up Shade then. Shade, you're up. What's your question?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so Gavin, my question for you is over multiple times in the course of this debate, you were asked this question, but I don't feel that you ever really answered it. And of course, you also asked us. So when we make the statement that a virgin could conceive a child, this is talking in the future. She could conceive a child. Which would you agree that a virgin could have sex, lose her virginity, and then conceive of the child? She's a virgin now and could have the child later. Would that also fit within that area?
Well, you probably didn't listen to my answer to Corsi, but this is Mary conceived with the intervention of God or the Holy Spirit. This is nothing new. So this is what happened. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, good. Let's bring up Bumblebee. Oh no, Bumblebee dropped out. We're going to bring up Ahmad.
Hello, do you hear me?
Hello, we hear you. What is your question?
Okay, Gavin, my question to you is, do you like shawarma or shish kebab? Because you sounded like Joe Biden in that debate. You got absolutely cooked.
Okay, thank you for that.
Oh my goodness. I'm still waiting for an intelligent question from a Muslim.
All right, we're going to bring up Bumblebee this time.
Oh, real quick, we got an announcement to make. I don't think this comes to any surprise, but the results are in. Okay, so Phoenix wins the public poll 89% to 11. The judges' scorecards came in 3-0 in favor of Phoenix. Phoenix is the winner of the debate. Thank you very much. We're going to finish out the Q&A here, a couple more questions, and then we're going to move to the after party, which Snow will announce is just shortly.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 more questions, and then we'll shoot to the after party, and I will go ahead and put the link in. The next question, I have no idea how to pronounce your screen name because it's in a different language. I apologize.
You can call me Booby, it's not a big issue. So Gavin, I have a question. So, like, through the debate, you can see that you are not following up. Like, we can see that uh, Phoenix was asking you the question like 5 times, and you were asking him the same question like 10 times. So, respectfully, I'm not trolling. How many times did you go in today? I'm not trolling, wallah. Thank you.
Was there a question there, Snow?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. He can be
It was
dismissed.
a question. I asked a question. How many times did you go in today?
Okay.
How many times what?
We're going to go ahead and bring one more person up. God, a minute is the last
Got a
person,
minute.
and then
Got a minute.
we're going to be
This
done
will be
then.
an intelligent question, I can guarantee it.
Discord has been glitchy today. I'm not sure why they didn't come up.
That's okay. Maybe you
We'll
could type it in the chat.
We'll give it one more second because they might still be connecting. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and post the after party.
I hope really he connects because I believe he have a question for me. So I'm interested in his question.
Maybe he could put it in the chat.
And for the audience, I apologize for those 2 hours. It was total. I wish it was better for
You should
this.
be
I have better
apologizing for
questions.
dishonesty and lying,
Given I
Phoenix.
was not
Okay.
talking to you.
If
So
you
Okay,
were
apologize.
So
a real man, that's what you should be apologizing for.
got a minute did not come up, so we're gonna go ahead and dismiss that. We'll take Bumblebee as the last question, and then we're gonna shut it down. I went ahead and I posted the after party in the chat.
Yeah, hello. A question to Gavin. So we took your source and put it on zerochatgpt.com. It confirmed to be 100% ChatGPT. So my question is, can you
Stop
swear on
lying.
God? Can you swear on God
Stop
that you did
lying.
not use ChatGPT, mate?
Stop
Please.
lying. You're dismissed and stop lying, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes it. Go ahead, Black.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I want to thank Gavin.
I just want to say one thing before the closing. I'm so sorry. I want to clear that I am available again for this topic to debate anyone on it, and I hope someone takes the challenge again. Thank you.
Thank you. So I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Snow for moderating this. I want to thank the whole audience for coming and attending and joining this debate. I want to thank Gavin and Phoenix for debating this out. Okay, I know some of you guys talking some trash in there, but they got the guts to come up here and actually debate this topic. Okay. If you guys want to debate, we have the Debate HQ system. Submit a ticket, serious inquiries for debates. Put it in and we'll get you set up. Okay, the debate after party, Snow posted in the side chat. That's gonna be the Dawa room. Okay, so go head on down there for that. And that's pretty much. Oh, and one other thing too, if you guys are curious about the judges, all 3 judges went for Phoenix. The judges' demographic breakdown was 2 atheists and 1 Christian. Okay, so that was the breakdown of who was voting on this matter. All right, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. The next debate is going to be coming up here. It's going to be Flash versus Ian. Okay, they're going to be arguing limited atonement. That's going to be a good debate coming up. Okay, so check the events page for that. Be sure to be there. Thank you all so very much. Thank you again. Have a good evening. See you down in the after party.
Thank you, Black, and thank you, Snow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Gabe.